Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? Today we are back at the regular garage, per se, that houses the Turbo F12 and the Charger Hellcat, and soon to be right here, the Shelby, which we will eventually move down here once the weather becomes nice. But today we're going to do a little comparison of the Charger versus the new Shelby. So let's get started. One of the first things you'll notice about the Charger is that it's 4 doors and the Shelby is only 2 doors. You'd think that would add a bunch of extra weight, but it doesn't actually really. The Charger has a total weight of 4,575 pounds, and the Shelby's weight is approximately 4,225 pounds. And these are both, by a normal means, pretty heavy cars. Not light for how fast they go on the drag strip. Now, the Hellcat Charger will run, supposedly as Chrysler claims, a 10.7 at approximately 130 some odd miles an hour, and 0 to 60 in 2.9. Now I'm assuming that is on a prepped track surface. Currently it's estimated that the Shelby 0 to 60 is 3.3. I think that's actually been run, and the time on a prep surface for the quarter mile in the Shelby is officially at a 10.6. Now, even though that the Hellcat is faster, with a 0 to 60 time about 0.4 of a second faster, the 0 to 100 time on the Hellcat is 7.2 seconds. And on the Shelby, Car and Driver ran their numbers, and from the 0 to 100 to 0 time of 10.7, they calculated that the Shelby should run 0 to 100 in approximately 6.7 seconds, which is honestly, 0.5 of a second, half a second faster. It's a pretty big difference when you're getting down to those tiny numbers. Now we'll take a look at the interior of the Hellcat, which probably has the greatest differences of the two cars. So first thing that catches your eye is the larger seats, which may account for the heavier weight, along with the extra bench space in the back. So, in the Shelby, it's got the Recaro racing seats, which I'm sure drop a bit of weight. I don't know the exact amount, but I'm sure that helps contribute to it. Another thing I noticed is that, both cars do have the paddles. So here, they're significantly smaller on the Hellcat, and they actually click a lot easier, which I do like how easy they click, but I also do like the firmness of a paddle that clicks pretty firm, which is the Ferrari, and this has carbon fiber paddles that click pretty firm there, and that allows for confidence in the shift, I guess you could say. Now back to the Hellcat, we've got a different infotainment screen. I like the Shelby's, it's a bit larger. Hellcat's is I like the position of it, but I do like the Shelby, and all that is station. We'll see if we can get that on. And it's not going to turn on because I do not have the key fob with me. In addition to the infotainment screen being in a different position, the track apps in the Hellcat are not down here like they are in the Shelby. I do like where they are in the Shelby. It allows for just a little bit easier navigating. Sometimes going down the road and swiping through multiple pages of that infotainment screen can be a little bit frustrating, versus in the Shelby, it's just a little button you click. Next thing I noticed is the instrument cluster. I like the Shelby's a little bit better due to the color changes you can make. A bunch of custom colors you can put on the instrument cluster just to get a little more life. Even though I don't like the shifter handle in the Shelby, and like I said, I like this one more, I am very glad that they went with the paddles in the Shelby. And back to the seats, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, these seats are extremely comfortable, and that reminds me that the Recaro seats were a lot more comfortable than I actually thought they were going to be. These seats are great for long drives, but the Recaro seats, they hug you, and they're not too bad for a person my size. We'll move to the back seat now. I'll give you a look at what that looks like. Obviously quite larger because it is a 4-door car. Back seats are just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, because there's obviously more space. But you can fit another person in here too, which I think is also great. Still got the tag. of the seats from when I bought it. It claims it's all natural leather. I don't know how true that is, but they are very, very, very soft. Now we'll take a look at the engine of the Hellcat release right there. Around the front. Somewhere right there it is. Noticeably smaller engine bay on the Hellcat. You know, obviously because it's 4 doors and it's a Charger, not a Challenger. You know, Shelby's 2 doors, but they still packed a lot of horsepower in that smaller engine. I wouldn't say it's smaller per se. Now both engines are supercharged. This supercharger has a lot bigger of a whine on it. You know, the Shelby, I've seen the videos of it, and you know, when I rev it, it's got a little bit of a whine in it, but this just it purrs like a kitten. Even with the littlest push of the pedal on the road, the car just whines, and of course at full throttle it just screams, and it's a lot louder. But we'll see. I think the Shelby is going to be really loud with the different exhaust modes, and you do hear a difference when you switch to the track mode in the Shelby. So we'll close the engine now. Pretty easy. Close this one. Hold it. Shuts just like that. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that on the Shelby, the exhausts are a lot bigger. On the Hellcat, I think they're rather small personally. They still give great sound, but they're a lot smaller. Another thing that's smaller than the Hellcat, the brakes. You know, still decent sized rotor, of course, but they're incredibly smaller compared to the Shelby. The Shelby's brakes absolutely dwarf the Hellcats. So those are just a few of the differences I noticed. I'm hoping the weather gets better so we can drive the Shelby sooner. I give you more of a full in-depth comparison. Just want to let you guys know I do have recordings of the Shelby in the 4 different exhaust modes. You couldn't really hear the distinct different sounds inside, so I will be doing that outside when the car is warmed up, and hopefully we can hear that better. So I will have that coming eventually. For now, those are the differences I can spot in the 2 cars. I'll absolutely know more and have a more in-depth review road test video once the driving conditions get better. But like I said, that's what I've got, and we'll have some 0 to 60 times hopefully come eventually. Not just the Hellcat and the Shelby, but hopefully on the Ferrari and the Porsche, and of course the other Porsches and the S63. I hope you enjoyed this little comparison, and thanks for watching.